Hey guys, how's it going? Katsu here. This is going to be our third part of our planetary nebula series. And during the first part, if you haven't checked it out, please go ahead and do it. I'm gonna leave the links on my description. We covered how to create the shape of the nebula. On the second part, we looked into how to create or how to add texture to that shape. And on this third and final part of the video, we're going to add the color to the nebula. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so last time, let me just go ahead and make sure that I have my screencast. For some reason, whenever I try and modify this, I lose it. There you go, perfect. Okay, so uh, as we've seen before, what I'm gonna do right now, before anything else, is I am going to add some frames in order to organize this a little bit better. So I'm going to add a frame. I'm going to select this, put it in here. There you go. So this is going to be in my outer ring shape. This right here is going to be, oops, get this, there you go. I'm gonna put it right here and bring it back. This is our outer ring texture. Let me go ahead and do the same real quick for these two. Again, I like to have this organized. Okay. I'm going to add it up to here. What's this? Okay, that's my multiply. So I'm going to include my subtract as well. Add it in here and bring it up. And this is inner ring shape. This right here is my inner ring texture. Let me put it in here. There you go. Inner ring texture. There you go. Perfect. And finally, this is going to be my, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. So this goes a little bit to the back. This is where I combine these two, and I'm leaving this outside. Okay. So frame, I'm adding this inside, oops, this inside here. Where are you? There you go. This is the sphere shape. And finally, the sphere texture. Sphere texture. There you go. Perfect. Okay. So now that I have all of this a little bit more organized, I'm going to start with the color. Now, there are different ways to accomplish adding color to our nebula. And from the different ways that I've tried to accomplish this, one of them is you can add it as an emission color, or you can add it to the base color, and then with some light sources, you can, well, for lack of a better word, you can just light the colors. I think from the experiments that I've done, I liked doing the base color a little bit more. I still have, I think, I would like a little bit more time to experiment because I know that some really cool things can be accomplished this way. So let's go. This is really simple. You can just add a color ramp. Now, here's the thing. Um, what I want to do is that I want to have control over the color for each of the different textures within my nebula. So in order to do that, what I could do is bring this part right here, the multiply, and just plug it into here. And then I can just add this to my color. Let's just give it a minute right here. Okay, perfect. And so for the outer ring, if I go into my reference again, real quick, where are you? Did I close it? Did I? I don't remember. No, here it is. Okay. So it's called main feature. There you go. Okay, so the outer ring is kind of a mix between red and orange, and then this inner ring is kind of a more uh, unsaturated orange, and finally we have the intersection, the sphere is going to be blue. So let's go ahead and try to replicate that. Let me go back to my blender. There you go. And okay, so this outer ring, I'm going to add a red color to it, red orangish perhaps. There you go. And you can also add a little bit, or perhaps another step, and just play around with it until you find something that looks good to you. So I think that I quite like how this looks. I'm going to go back to 2 pixels just to have, no, I'm not getting any much difference right here. So if I go and move it up here, okay, let's perhaps this, I might want to turn it into white. I don't know. Yeah, perhaps that might work. Okay, and this will be just a matter of just messing around with the different values until you get something that you like. If I just use two steps, I don't know how these are called. Let's see, a stop. Okay, perfect. So if I add a new stop, this gives me like a very one-dimensional color, so to speak. So perhaps adding another one will give me better results, and I think it does. Yeah, I think I like this. Okay, so let me go ahead and just push this a little bit more like this, perhaps. Again, I want to create a varied texture. I don't want it to be all the same color, and I think this looks pretty good so far. Okay. Uh, Let me now go ahead and add another color ramp here. I'm going to send this value over here, and now I'm going to need to start mixing these two. So again, Control Shift right click to add a mix RGB node. Again, I'm going to switch this back to 1 so that I can have a better understanding on what each of these are doing. So let me reset this node. Okay, so this is all just black and white, and I can see what's going on here. Okay, so this is more like my rough texture right here. So this, I would perhaps like it to be a more like red. Um, let's see here. Yeah, I quite like that. Let me mix it a little bit more. Yeah, this looks really good. Okay. Should I think I'm losing a little bit of texture. Let me bring this white here so that I can see the cloud more clearly. And I might want, um, now if you're having trouble, for instance, like I am right now, in achieving a effect, if I have to go like really near this node in order to have some effect, what you can do is you can add a math multiply node just before the color ramp with a multiply, and you can add a factor here. Let's say 20 is too much, perhaps like 2, and that will allow you to be able to control this a little bit better. Let's see if I, oops, let me undo this. There you go. With 2, that's fine. I'm going to delete this stop and just take a look here at what's going on, what's happening. Okay. So, okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this with Control C, paste it, and make it lighter. Yeah, I think that's going to do the trick. I'm going to add another stop here. Send it here. I'm going to grab this, copy it, paste it, and again increase the lightness. And maybe I'm going to move it a little bit more like this, like so. A little reddish, perhaps. Okay, I like this. Let's see here. Yeah, I think this looks good. And I think I might want to add some white. There you go. And just decrease it a little bit. Or perhaps sending this a little bit. Yeah. Okay, what did I do? Yeah, this has a nice combination. Okay, I like this. Okay, and finally you can just mix this again to 0.5. There you go. Perfect. I'm getting it really nice. And this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a subtle density right here. I want to be able to see some white within my clouds as well. So all of that is accomplished quite nicely here. Okay, perfect. And finally, let's duplicate this again here. I'm going to send my multiply over here. I'm going to Control Shift, mix it with this right here. I'm going to move the factor to 1 so that I can work with this last one. There you go. I'm going to reset the node so that I know what I'm looking for. I think this was like the higher scale texture of, yeah, that's the higher texture one. So let me flip the color ramp. There you go. And, ooh, nice. I actually kind of like this. I'm going to decrease this white. What happens if I do this and I mix it? Will I get those black strips? Let me add some grayish. It lacks some color. Okay, let me add another math node here. And then again, this is part of what I was mentioning, that I'm still, I know the gist of it. Yeah, I like that. Let me increase this. I want to have some separation of the black filaments. And I think I'm getting that. Not quite sure. I think I am. Yeah, it's affecting a little bit more. Let me change this white stop and decrease and just have it around here maybe. Okay. Now what you could do here is, once you have this the general color of how you want it to look, and you want to have a um, more light, so to speak. For instance, if I add a light source, and this is what I was talking about earlier on, if I send this light source, let's say here, and I add increase the power, yeah, you can see here that it start to get very more detailed. And also what you could do is after this last mix that we have here, you could add a hue saturation and also a bright contrast. And this way, there you go. You can increase the saturation, let's say 1.3. There you go, 1.5. Nice. We can increase the contrast, let's say to 0.5 maybe. There we go. And now you can see that this looks really, really cool. Let me reduce the tile size to 0.2. Yeah, I think that looks beautiful. Okay, perfect. So I think I'm happy with this outer ring the way it looks right now. Again, I won't know for sure until the final renders, and in which case I will just finish tinkering and just mess with the different values to have the more balanced feel. Let me just move this out of the way, and I'm going to add this into this frame, and this will be my outer ring color. There you go. And I am going to do the same for this inner ring now. We mentioned that we were looking for a more pink, unsaturated pink color for this node. So I'm going to add this here, and this will be sent out to my color. There you go. Let me increase here the value, decrease the lightness and increase the whiteness. Perfect. Okay, so let's see here. So I want this to be a pink, really unsaturated pink, almost towards white. I think that looks good. Let me add another, let me duplicate this, and I'm going to multiply. I'm going to add it here and Control Shift right click. There you go. Move my factor back to 1. And now this should be, I want this to be more detailed, my pink. Yeah, I think that looks good. Let's mix these two together. There you go. Again, if I decrease the detail, if I increase the detail, I'm getting really cool information here. I actually might want to bring this here. Yeah, that looks nice. Yeah, I really like that, how that looks. Okay, perfect. And actually, I think this looks great just as it is. And let me just go ahead and finally add some color to my inner sphere. And we said that we wanted a blue for this. Add it to color. And did I use 2? Yeah, I did use 2. Okay, so again, I would like to control both. I'm going to move this right here. Mix them together. There you go. And let's start working with the first one. The first one was like my base color. So this, I would like to have it as a blue. Yeah, that looks really cool. Yeah, that actually looks really, really nice. Okay, and this inner part, we mentioned that we wanted this to be like, ooh, that white looks really cool. Actually, I might want to leave this just as white because it really, really looks really cool. 0.5, there you go. And we have our color. Nice, perfect. So finally, what I am going to do is I think I want to decrease the strength of this inner ring. I think it looks too strong here. So I can put it like what, one, there you go, like five, maybe like three. Yeah, I think that looks really cool. This one right here, I'm gonna decrease it back to like what, five. I think that looks really good here. And now what I want to do for this, I'm gonna finish up with a couple of different things, especially with the lightning part. So now I'm going to delete the sun. I'm going to add a point right in the middle. I'm going to add, there you go. Yeah, I think like that. This point right here is 1000. This one is 2000. I'm going to add a third one. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to send it right here. Perhaps a little bit more towards the end of here. Let me look this way. Okay, there you go. That's why. Okay, this goes here. A little bit more to the top. And this one should go straight up in the middle. There you go. This one right here, I'm gonna move it a little bit more closer, a little bit more down right here. Nice. Okay, this looks really cool. Perfect. And finally, for the final touches, I'm going to add some start background. I made a tutorial on how to create a realistic procedural background in Eevee, so I'm going to do this. If you want to take a look into that video, just I'm gonna leave the link in the description so that you can look into it. I am going to do it real quickly here so that we can have the final render on how this looks. So I'm going to add a color ramp here real quick. I'm going to plug this right here. This is going to be Voronoi. This is going to be Smooth F1. I'm going to flip the color ramp. Going to decrease this. Let me look at this. There you go. I'm going to add the scale up to, I don't know, 20 perhaps. Oh no, I remember that F1 looks better. Yeah. I'm gonna do it like so. I think that looks pretty good. I'm not going to add color to the stars in this case, so that I can go ahead and finish the video. So I'm going to add an add shader. There you go. I'm going to duplicate this, and this will go here. I'm going to increase this to 40, and then I'm going to duplicate this again. This will go here, and this shader actually goes, this one is here, this bad boy here. Let me do it like this. This goes here, this goes here, there you go. And this is going to be, let's do an 80, there you go. And I'm going to double it again, real quick. Duplicate this and this here, and this is going to be, let's do 150 perhaps. That looks really nice. Okay, and oh, what the hell, just for the sake of it, I'm going to add some nebulosity, because why not, right? We're already in this together. So I'm going to add this color right here. This is going to be plugged into another add shader right here. There you go, just like so. I'm going to decrease these. I'm going to add perhaps some 6 detail, a little bit more roughness, a little bit distortion. Yeah, I think this looks really good. There you go. Let me just change this color real quick, like so. Yeah, and just decrease the strength a lot. 0.8, there you go, perfect. And finally, the sky, the night sky, guys, is not black. That is a misconception. So we need to not have the sky as black. So I'm going to add another one right here. I'm going to do it just like so. I think that looks good, and decrease it like 0.1, 0.4 perhaps. There you go, perfect. Okay guys, so I think we're done. Let me just save this. Ooh, I think I should have saved this as part 3. Now I have overridden my part. It's fine. Part 3, there you go. And let's do a quick render so that we can see the result here. I'm going to render this. Let me just make sure that, yeah, 150, 256, perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and render this real quick. And I'll share with you the results. Just let's give it a moment. In the meantime, I really hope that that you like this 3-part tutorial on how to create planetary nebulas procedurally in Eevee. I'm going to continue to tinker with the results in order to get something to get a better control on this. Okay, we have the render now. Let me go ahead and share it with you guys. So this is the final result. This is the final render of our planetary nebula. So I really hope that that you liked this video. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. I will continue to add up more tutorials. I'm really interested on procedural objects. I have some maps from NASA on Earth and different planets. So I might add a tutorial on how to create planets. If you're interested on that, please leave it on the comments below. And well, once again, I am Kaetsu. I hope you liked this video, and I'll talk to you soon. So cheers.